What's up, guys? Hey, we are back at it again. Got another scope to review. You've seen the thumbnail, you've seen the title, you know exactly what scope it is, so no surprise there. Got sent this scope a couple months ago, just hadn't had time to knock it out. Got time to knock it out now for the next couple months. I got a little bit more freed up time, so I want to get this review done, as well as some other scopes that I'll tell you more about at the end of the video. So let's quit yapping, let's get on with this review. Alright, y'all. Hey, first and foremost, I want to give SIGHTMARK a big thank you for sponsoring this video, sending this scope for us to review. It means a lot to us. They were impressed with the amount of views we got, likes, and comments on the Wraith, so they sent this to us to try. Who knows, in the future, maybe we'll be getting something different. Again, that's a testament for you guys for all the likes, the comments, subscriptions. Again, if you like what we do, hey, subscribe. Give us that thumbs up, man. Share our content. Click that little notification bell so you'll always be able to see our newest uploads. YouTube, they look at that with all the comments and the thumbs up, and they like that kind of stuff. So when they see they're getting a lot of views, they start putting it out for more people to see. So help us out with that if you don't mind. 4K Mini. It's in the name. It records in 4K. This one has audio as well. Mini, how small is this scope compared to the original Wraith? Well, let me show you. And right there, you're probably looking at about 2.5, 3 inches. Makes a huge difference. That 2.5, 3 inches makes a big difference. We're going to go from the back of the scope to the front of the scope, everything on the sides. Go over some little power ideas that I actually got from you guys in the comments. Tried it out and it worked pretty good. I made my own little adjustments to it, but we'll go over that. Everything it comes with, price range, and all that stuff. And at the end of the video, of course, we will do the, pros, cons, things we'd like to see change, so on and so forth. All right, price range. Right off the bat, this thing is over $700. Now, I found it on Amazon, which most people do. They go to Amazon. It's pretty much a reference. Usually the cheapest thing you're going to find is on Amazon. And that's the cheapest I found it. So, I see the price going to go down in the next year or so, just like it did with the Wraith. When I first bought it, it was a little under $500. Now you can get them for $335. So they're going down. The more other scopes get created, the more these start dropping, or they start coming out with newer models. In the back, you have a little snap cap right here. Okay. Front is the same way. Okay. They can both be removed. This one actually will unscrew, and then you can put the eye cup in. You guys watch my videos. I don't like eye cups. I absolutely hate them just because I don't like something pressing on my eye. I've had to use them in the past because the sun was so bad. But that's the only reason. So I do carry them in my bag for that reason. On the side right here. Now this is where I like this better than the Wraith. I think this is a better idea. So right here we got this rubber boot that covers your SIM card and your power for external power. It's got a separate little tab. So you can actually pull that open right there. Just plug into your external power, and you don't have to worry about having this whole thing flopped open right here, okay? Got your external power port, and you got your SD card. So it keeps it a little bit more covered out in the environment too. If you are out there hunting and it does get a little misty or it starts to drizzling, the power port right here, it does come with a little cable that's got a right angle on it. So it did it right this time. And this is USB-C versus the mini USB on the last one. This is a very common plug. Almost everything is going to that plug. And it fits in there real nice and snug. And I'm going to show you here in a little bit. It fits real snug. So if you do have it plugged in, starts drizzling or something, or heavy fog that makes it, real wet, it's not going to get inside there. So I like that addition. On the front focus right here, you've got a fast focus knob. I like this. Now, I got some big hands. I can't get my thumb under there. Okay, and unless you got this thing mounted on a bridge or something, another little adapter piece or whatever, I can't get my thumb in there to turn. So it looks like I'm you know, the French drinking tea, got that little pinky trying to roll it. This little fast focal plane, man, I can just grab it real quick, you know, focus on the whatever I'm aiming at, and it's quick. Again, in the back, you've got your eye adjustment here too. It's 4K, so when you get her dialed in, she's very clear. I mean, and again, I'm going to show you later on the video here in a minute, day and night, as well as let you listen to the audio. Audio's pretty good. Speaker picks up pretty good. Now remember, if you're out hunting and it's real windy, just don't have a windscreen, so that's the only bad part. If it didn't have audio, it wouldn't bother me. You guys have probably noticed if you watch any of my other videos, I'm a heavy breather. That's why I got that different mic up on there today. Because when I got that one right here, so, you know, I don't want to be on there, boom. So, anyway, whatever. Let me flip this thing around here real quick, and I'm going to show you the batteries on the other side, how show you what they run on in his compartment. All right, so on the Wraith, the HD, it has that little port where you screw in the side, has a little O-ring in there. You screw it down tight for your 4 AA batteries. Well, this doesn't take 4 batteries. This takes 2 C123 batteries. And you got this little snap right here, puts down, and she's holding pretty snug. She's a little wide on that side just because of those batteries. So that does, it sticks out a little bit, but it doesn't hurt absolutely nothing. There's not a whole lot really to go over on this scope, honestly, just because the features as far as the menu in there, it's pretty much the exact same thing as the Wraith, okay? You've got your different color options for the reticles and different reticle styles. Pretty much the same. It does have one extra feature that I have tried to study on, and I just can't get it, but it's called a stadiometric rangefinder. And what it is 2 lines, okay, that you have a known distance with a known dimension of something, and you lock that in. So say you've got something that's 20 inches tall at 50 yards. You get in there, you dial it in. Now, if you're, you know, if you're closer, it's obviously going to be bigger than your lines. If you're further away, it's going to be inside the lines. It's supposed to be some kind of a rangefinder. I'm never going to use that just because where I go, you know, 99.9% of the time, I'm in a blind. I know the distance already. I've already ranged it. I know what to do. Some of you guys may know what that is. That may be a plus for you, maybe what you're looking for. So you do have it. I show it to you, but unfortunately I can't record that and show you without putting a phone up in there, and it's just horrible. You guys have seen, there's other videos out there that show the quality, but like I said, I am going to show you some video here in a few during the day, during the night, with the audio as well. So it comes with the same IR light that the Wraith comes with. It's a pretty standard IR light. You know, I've seen a lot of guys, I watch a lot of these videos, see other guys' videos, and, you know, see if maybe they mentioned something I didn't. And I see a lot of people just looking at reviews and stuff that they say this light is junk. And their main reason that this light is junk, because you're only good for about 250 yards, maybe 300, depending on how dark it is. Obviously, the darker it is, the better the IR lights work. But I'm going to tell you something. For me, and for most people, a lot of people, 200, 300 yards at night, not that I wouldn't do it, I've just never had to. Even, I've only been coyote hunting probably a little less than 10 times. And we always, you know, seen them come in closer than that. So, but, you know, I'm always sitting in a blind where I know my range, and I'm always going to be at that 1 to 150 at night. I like to be under that, actually, not because I don't want to miss, because I like being closer to the animal. That's why I do archery as well. But I don't need to get out past 300 yards. I don't want to take a shot past 300 yards. I like that close range. So these lights are plenty sufficient. Again, they have the high, medium, low for the intensity, and of course you can just turn it one way or the other, and it tightens and widens the picture. So this light is plenty good. It takes the C123 batteries. I actually purchased some of those C123 batteries for the other IR lights for my other Wraiths, and luckily it just turned out this takes C123 as well. Now, and they do work in here. C123 batteries are more expensive than your AA. Do they last as long? This gets the same amount of time on batteries as the Wraith does. Now, I'm not sure why they went from AA to C123. I don't know. Maybe they were thinking about the recharge thing. I don't know. It is what it is. I can't help that. So, but again, this battery right here, now, this doesn't have a rail on top of it, or on the side of it like the Wraith does. So you're going to have to mount this on your gun somewhere. I mount mine. I'll show you. I mount mine over here on the front, and I do that because the further you have your IR light away in the front, you don't get that blinding effect. If you're inside of a blind or something like that and you got that light back here, well, it reflects off of everything on the inside, and sometimes it can just be too much. So the further you put this forward, the more that light is concentrated down range. All right, so I'm gonna get my little battery I got right here and show you how I mount it, and then the cable that I purchased that goes into this, and I think you guys are gonna like. It's kind of like a fail safe. You can't rip it out, you can't damage anything. So check this out. It's just a little old round phone charger. That's all it is. And this is just a QD scope mount. Okay, it's a QD 1-inch ring scope mount. And what I did, there's a little bit of size difference. You can see in there, I wrapped some tape. Okay, just took up the size difference, and I got it mounted in there. And I'll put it on here and show you how I hook it up. So I just put it right here. I try to get it as close as, got the battery pack back there, yeah. I try to get it as close as I can to this without touching it. So once I get it on there, I get it where I want it. You know, you guys know how to put a QD mount on, and it's right there, okay? And then I have my cable. All right, y'all, so all I have is just a short little cable, a little magnetic clip. I will leave links to all this stuff in the description for you guys. So all it is a little magnet. So it's pretty strong, okay? And all I do, I just plug it in the side right here. Let me get it plugged in. I may have to roll it over so I can see. Now, with this particular piece right here, like I said, this boot, it's tight around it. So you kind of have to put it in there, and this is the easiest way I found to do it. Just kind of roll the big one open the little one first, open the big one, push it through that little rubber boot because it's tight, okay? And it's the same way even if you use just a regular cord. It's tight in there, which is good. It seals it. See, now it's in there, and all I do is just when I roll it over, it plugs right in, and boom, all I do, and I just wrap it around the scope just to keep from getting hung up on stuff. My little charging handle, I don't want nothing messing around with my charging handle, so I'll roll it under, and then I'll just simply plug it into the scope, or plug it into the battery port. Where are we? Boom, plug it in right there. You can see, I don't know if you can see or not, the little light came on, indicator. This has got little 3 bars. Again, it's a little cheapy. And it plugs in right there. And if something happens, you happen to hit something, it just takes it off. And you'll know, this particular one I like, because if it does knock off, it's got a little light right there. So you'll see it, you know, back at your face. But anyway, it just snaps on there. And just FYI, a lot of information. These little magnetic chargers, a lot of them are universal with others. So if you happen to buy one, and now the reason I'm saying this is because when I purchased these, I couldn't find the tips that come with them. I set them somewhere and I lost them, but luckily I had purchased some other ones on the other hack that I had shown you, and those tips went perfectly with this. It's just a round magnetic end. But anyway, that's all it is, and everything's out of the way. And you can roll this cord, this cable, any way you want to. You can make it any style. You can, you know, I suggest get it in the shortest length possible. This is just a little 12-inch cable. So you can wrap it how you want to. Like I said, I wrap it out of the way so I can get it out of my way of the charging handle. I don't want it to be hanging right here, and then when I go to grab it, I rip it out or something like that. But yeah, man, I mean, makes it that much simpler with the little battery option. You can leave that plugged in. I've left this particular battery plugged in, running this thing, just left it on the table, left it alone. Got right about 6.5 hours. And with the batteries on the inside, you're going to get, and this thing wasn't fully charged. I mean, it wasn't fully charged. Okay. I got in a hurry and I pulled it off, and it was still on two indicator lights. So it wasn't all the way charged. So that's a lot of time. I'm figuring probably around 7.5 hours maybe, if it's fully charged, which is you know, I think it's putting a good time for a hunt. And the thing about it is, you can carry another one. I actually bought this 2-pack. I'll leave a description again for that in there, and it was cheap. So I actually have 2 of these. If this one's running out, I just change it out. Ain't no big deal. The last hack I had was I use, and I still use it. I have my little jackery that sits down, and I got that 10-foot cable that I just run it down to, and I just leave it on and let it run all night. It won't. You can run TVs and household appliances on that thing. It ain't gonna drain it. So that's a good little hack for the power. You know what I mean? And this thing right here, like I said, it'll do you good. It'll last you a while. All right, you guys, I'm going to quit yakking. I'm going to show some day and night video with the audio at some ranges and see what you guys think. Okay, getting out of the wind for you a little bit. A little after 9 o'clock. You see right here. That's a pretty good distance away to that tree line. I'll put the yardage up here for you guys to see. We'll zoom in a little bit. Had to get in the back of the house, get out of the wind. Otherwise you guys wouldn't hear anything. So, of course, further I get closer, the more I zoom, get that out of my mouth, the worse it gets. But this is because of the high resolution. But you can see this is pretty incredible. Right? This is a lot of power. Alright, you guys, we are in the front yard right now. On the edge of it, looking out in the sorghum field. Sorghum is pretty tall, so I don't know how far we're going to be able to see out, really. But wind's probably getting you on. But there's no IR light right there. That's just actually very cloudy tonight. Got kind of a moon, but you can see how much ambient light it grabs. That's pretty awesome right there. That does better than the Wraith HD, I'll tell you that much. We'll swing over here to our neighbors down the street. See me doing this all the time. So now we'll go ahead and cut the light on. Boom. Again, I'll put the yardage up here on the screen. Excellent video at night, as well as audio. Cut that brightness up. I cannot see you. Alright, here we are in the daylight. That's the same tree line we saw last night. If it looks a little foggy in here, I hope it don't. Walking from outside to inside, that cold air to warm air. Kind of got my lens a little foggy. But anyway, that's that same tree line. 308 yards back there. We're just still on 2 power. We'll zoom in a little bit. You'll notice the zoom on the daytime is a lot better than the nighttime. Kind of fast focus a little here, out to further. You can really, man, that's some good footage. Looks good. Let's zoom back into 2 power. And that fence line, you'll see we zoom in on that fence line. You can really play with it and get it nice and clear. That 4K is good. You may be hearing some wind too, wind switch directions on us. Let's go to the front. Alright, we're out here in the front yard. I get a lot of wind. That wind has picked up. Kind of mess with that fast focus on these sorghum fields right here. Zoom in a little bit. Play with the focus. See how clear we can get on that tree. Sorry about the wind. Pretty dang clear. Zoom in a little bit. Pretty clear. Hope y'all like that audio too. Probably a little windy. Let's talk about a few of the pros, the cons, and some things that, you know, maybe they should improve on. Don't know if they will. They've already made so many of these. I doubt they're going to change their way of doing things because I said so. First off, the price point. You know, $750, whatever it is. I'm not saying that's too much, but there's other scopes out there that offer more stuff, internal batteries and everything for less. I'd like to see either A, try to put some, you know, rechargeable batteries in there, or lower the price. You know, that's what I would change. The other thing that I would, you know, I would change on it, I'll roll this over for you real quick. Here's the problem, and I'll show you. So this is on a clip. This doesn't have a little extra lock. Again, when I was telling you guys about the Wraith, how you get in there and you lock it down, it's a fail-safe, right? This is the problem. If you got this on a harness or something and you've got it up against your chest, or you roll it around the back when you walk into the blind, or even do anything, if you happen to bump this button, that's going to come open. I wish they would put like some kind of an extra lock. And by the way, you can't just push this down and it snap. You actually have to hold this open. Oops. Hold this open with the finger, push down, and it locks. Now again, it's got it down tight, don't get me wrong, but if you happen to bump that, you know what I mean, it's it can come open. So push that button, snap it down, and once it's snapped, it's in there tight. But in all reality, those are really the only two bad things I got to say about it, and they're not even bad. They're just things I'd like to see. I wish they would change, just to help us out with the batteries, because batteries are expensive. But again, at the same time, these little hacks you can do and stuff on Amazon, they're so cheap. You could buy you a couple of 2-packs and have them out there, and when you see your battery starting to go dead, you can just throw it in there and you're ready to go. The pros: video is better, more vibrant, more colorful than the Wraith. The light they send is plenty good to do what we want to do. Now, if you want to go on longer distance hunts, or you want a brighter light just to shine up the whole area, cool, do it. But even those lights aren't cheap, but the light that it comes with is plenty good. That's pretty much all I got, man. I mean, like I said, the scope is a good scope. I see nothing wrong with it. I like how it has a little fast focus knob. It's got the option here. You can take, leave this on here, a little snap up right here, little dust covers instead of the boot. The Wraith doesn't have that. If it doesn't have the boot on, it's just exposed. So these are good good touches, man, they put on there. The base, it's solid. Solid as a rock. Again, this is just a 223, but it's solid as a rock. So again, thank you SIGHTMARK for sending this scope. Excellent scope. I really do like it. I see a lot of good things coming with this scope. Speaking of scopes, in that safe right there, I've got 2 more scopes that were sent to me that we're going to do a review on. There's one in the works, and if this does happen, I'm not going to say the name of it. If it does happen, this is a one-of-a-kind scope that's never been done before, night vision scope, that, well, I'm not going to tell you what it does too much, other than it's a one-of-a-kind. So make sure you guys subscribe so you can see that. If this goes through, it's going to be freaking awesome, because there's only one video on the internet right now with it being shown, and that's from the people who own it themselves. They reached out to me, and I'm pretty excited. All right, you guys, I'm done bumping my gums. I appreciate you watching the video. SIGHTMARK 4K Mini. I really think you're going to enjoy it. Appreciate you guys watching. Every chance you get, wet a line, let an arrow fly, and put some rounds on range. See y'all next time.